beginning of this accidentally went to one of my other channels. So, it's Friday morning, man. Sometimes we got to have funny things like this. But anyways, welcome everyone. Jerry from Fight Commentary Breakdowns. And here we have Xavier Santana and Murad. Murad's originally from Dagestan, but now they're both in Miami. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. And so let's get started. How did you two meet, by the way?
How we met? I actually met him through a friend of mine, George, fighters rep promoter. I met him.
Oh, shout out
He
George
said, hey, I'm friends
Francis,
with the
man.
Sanda guy. You might know him. I was like, you're lying to me. So I told him he was lying to me. He's like, all right, watch. We're gonna invite him to our first show. And
Uh-huh.
then he showed up. I was freaking out. I was like, get the hell out of here. No fucking way, dude. No way.
Cool. All right. So, Murad, tell me about your story. You grew up in Dagestan. When did you start your kung fu training?
My Kung Fu training start very early age, like 5.5. I was under the age, and I was lucky. The coach was living on the third floor, and we live in the fourth floor of the building. So I was a very hyperactive kid, and always running around. And my coach take me very early age. He started teaching me wushu, taolo, which is gymnastic wushu. But I always want to go to compete in combat sports, to take the actions. That's how they start the journey.
I see. That's so interesting. So, in China, when you train wushu, it's the same thing. You train taolu for a few years, and then if you want to keep going, they'll put you into Sanda. So it looks like you had the same journey. They started you off learning the basics, getting the flexibility, getting some of the sequences, and getting the discipline, and then you moved into, okay, let's put this into action.
Exactly.
And how many students were there?
Oh, back in the days, we have many students. That's why
Hmm.
we are doing really good in the sports, because the competition is very challenging, and
Hmm.
everybody wants to be better than the others. That's why I bring the vibes. It's like 100. I
Wow.
remember to when I'm from the small city, which is Buinat. Is a That's where all the Sanda start. The one guy, he co-founder of the Five Direction clubs.
Hmm.
Back in the days, he was the art guys, and he went to China to learn the kung fu. And he invited two Chinese instructors from the Shaolin school. They came to Dagestan, to my city, and they start giving the seminars. That's how the Sanda became very popular in Russia, especially in Dagestan.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we had a journey of the studying first Taolo Wushu for the first year. It's a really good advantage. Highly recommended to everyone who have a kids. It's really create the flexibility of your body develop. Then you can do any sports.
Hmm.
It stays in your body forever, and that's the right things to to be introduced in the combat sports. So I never had problems breaking bones or anything, because I already was prepared with my coordination and flexibilities.
He has a strong spinning back kick.
Oh, I see. And at that time when you started Sanda, what was the most popular martial arts in the area?
In our hometowns, most popular sport is wrestling,
Uh,
and but I started training Sanda when Soviet Union collapsed. But back in the days, any martial arts was prohibited by government. So
oh.
if you do promote martial arts, it was being followed by government, and sometimes you ended up in jail. So back in the days, those any sports, especially like martial arts in China, was very popular. I grew up in the Jackie Chan. I grew up in the
Uh,
one that doing those plays. And when someone brings to the childhood, to the kids, that's your idol, it can train you and to make you the things how you can do the others. I think that's was the driving any sports. Muay Thai and Sanda was very popular.
so your first class of Sanda, how did it feel? Do you have a memory of that?
Yeah, I became my first tournament. I became champion of my city, and you gotta, in order to win championship of the city, which is small city, like a 60,000 population, you have to have like to win 5, 6 fights
Wow.
a day. That's how it was competitive in the heavyweight division. So, and then from them, you're from the small city, you're going to the championship of Republic, which is Dagestan. Over there, it's very tough because everyone in every city had a few three clubs of the Santa. That's how
Wow.
Santa was popular in 1990s.
Wow.
Not nowadays, they still have a Santa clubs, but everyone now turned to MMA to UFC.
Yeah. Yeah,
It became like
exactly.
commercialized. But in terms of the sports, I think Santa is the best sport for for martial arts because you combine so many martial arts in one sport.
Yeah. Um, did you do any other martial arts besides kung fu based martial arts?
Uh, I competed in the Russian hand combat,
Ah,
which is the amongst the military, and I did very successfully over there. I was dominating due to because I had some skills and training, and it was easy for me to compete with them and eventually win. And I did
mm,
kickboxing. It was a
wow.
little bit hard because I cannot wrestle, but in Russian hand combat you can wrestle and take him down. So, but I did it too. I lost once, and then I 2 times I won in the kickboxing.
Wow.
So Sanda is a great background for any sport.
I see. And when did you come to America?
American Dream. I saw the dream of fighting, and I don't know, just learn the English, try things. I wasn't planning to stay here. I was like trying to for 6 months, and then I see there's so much opportunity, so many gyms, and I joined the MMA clubs. I kind of like it and start training the kids. And that's how I ended up here.
I see. Okay, so when you trained with Xavier Santana today, did you guys do moves? What kind of training did you two do?
We did a few takedowns. He showed me a couple things.
Wow.
You know, his
Cool.
spinning back hurt. His spinning back kick did hurt. It's like, you're a strong spinning kick. You know what I mean? But he's good.
So what's the plan with Murad? Is he gonna fight in Fighters Rep one day, or is he more like you guys with your future
Gonna
signed out
fight.
promotion?
Wait.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Slow down. Slow
Okay.
down.
All right.
You say he's gonna fight in fighters right now. I'm trying to get him into China. We ain't trying to get kickboxing, sir.
So okay, so Murad's definitely gonna be involved in your future signed out promotion.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be involved in Sanda. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Cool. And what's the plan? Do you think Murad's gonna bring a team and like he'll have like a whole school ready? What's the plan?
I'm scared. Murad bring boys from Dagestan. It's gonna be hard for the guys here. It's gonna be
Uh-huh.
tough.
Yeah. So I guess that's a question for you, Murad. How many people train under you right now?
What's up?
How many people train under Murad right now?
I I don't know. Murad, how many people train under you right
I
now?
mean, it depends, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Fighters come and goes, so I don't have a numbers,
Mm-hmm.
but I help to prepare professional fighters.
Mm-hmm. Which fighters right now are you the most proud of that you've prepared in the past?
I don't know. There's so many, you know. I
So
don't want
many.
to choose and select somebody and do not know someone, you know.
Yeah. So if we talk about any fighters or we forget about anyone, it's not saying the ones we forgot about or the ones we're talking about we're favoring. Okay, let's just put it this way. So, um, I guess maybe another way to ask this question is the most recent fighter that you've trained that has whether stepped into a more public stage or something like that.
I didn't train but I did assist. You know, there was the legend. It's my friend Muslim Salakov. He's a king of Kung Fu. But to say to train, you know, he knows himself. He trained himself, and he trains different camp. I was just assisting him to be in his corner and prepare for the weight cuttings. You know, like
Uh,
the journey. But to say to train, Yeah, I do train, but not like a full camp.
Mm-hmm.
But when he needs like a really good work, so I do work.
Okay. And how did that assisting process work? Tell me about that camp.
The system works. It's always, you have to be on top. It's a very dynamic, it's a little stressful. You
Mm-hmm.
just have to understand and do your things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So what's next for you? I mean, besides helping Xavier with this new Sanda promotion, what's next for your fight journey? What's next for your school? What's next for your own martial arts journey?
Yeah, to be able to promote and teach many people in the sport of Sanda,
Mm-hmm.
and to teach them how to use the body,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to use the body and be efficiency in the sports of Sanda.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And why do you think Sanda isn't more popular than it should be? What do you think's going on here?
That's a really good question. I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I guess
Huh.
I guess we just need more interviews like this. That's one of the answers.
I guess because Muay Thai has become so commercialized because all the movies,
everything commercialized nowadays. Yeah.
everything's commercialized. It's kind of
Yeah.
hard to pinpoint a style nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like there hasn't been like a Sanda movie like Umbak for Muay Thai, right?
Yeah,
Whereas like, the Raid was for Silat, right? So it's like
correct.
a part of me is like, I don't think we want a Sanda movie. I don't want Sanda getting like too watered down.
Correct, correct. You don't want to get too watered down to the point where it's unrecognizable. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
So,
Like in the original days of Sanda, from my understanding, like in the 70s when Sanda was, or in the 80s when Sanda was being refined, they had longer time that you could grapple. But then the issue is all the grapplers would win. So that's why in Sanda now it's like the rules are so strict about, okay, like you better be doing something if you guys clinch or hug or
yeah,
whatever. But
yeah.
like I know for the first few
They said
years, like the grapplers would just destroy the strikers, so they had to like tweak the rules a little bit so the strikers would have a chance. But like imagine if Sana got even more commercialized, what rule changes would be or rules would be added, right? Sana would change.
listen, as long as it doesn't become like karate combat, okay?
I kind
As
of
long
like
as
remember the
it's like
Sanda
karate
person you guys
combat.
told me about on Karate Combat, like that was cool.
Yeah, the Sanda guy in karate combat.
But I get
This
what
is
you
something.
mean, like like Karate Combat made it so it's not karate anymore, right? Kind of.
Correct. It's kind of like, wait, you guys now throwing Muay Thai fighters in there. It, it's just, it's becoming like a circus.
Hmm. And I guess that's one of the goals you guys have. It's like if it's Sanda, like people come in here to do Sanda.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Cool. So Murad, how long have you been in Miami?
I've been here 11 years.
11 years. Wow. So it's like I guess Florida's just the place, man. I need to come to Florida soon. I keep telling Santana I need to come to Florida.
You were supposed to show up 2 shows ago, Jerry.
I
Two
know,
shows.
I know, but then I hurt my ankle real bad.
You hurt your wrist, you hurt your
I
ankle.
know.
You're like, come on, man, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. So, Murad, how does your gym work right now? Are you one of the coaches? Are you the head coach?
At the gym, well, he's working at a gym right now.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see.
not necessarily like head coach or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he's one of the coaches, basically. I see.
Kind of in a way.
Okay, I see. I see. Okay. And uh, what is what is your dream with your Sanda journey, Murad? Do you want to one day open up a gym? Do you want to
That
just
would be
like
amazing to open the gym. To open the gym in the very, how to say, in the area where the kids hungry,
mm-hmm,
where you can teach them and then train them and discipline and then learn to teach them a lot of good things about the
mm-hmm.
life and how to be good and do good for the others.
Yeah. I guess that's a follow-up question too. What type of coach are you? Are you the type of coach that's like do a horse dance for 20 minutes type of coach, or are you like more chill? Tell me about your coaching style.
You get the little coach, and I have it, I have it.
No. You cannot push like that, you know. I mean,
Maybe in Dagestan or in China you could push like that, but in America probably you can't push like that. You can't make
yeah.
them do horse stance for 20 minutes.
They get hurt with every little thing you say or do. It's like,
Okay, so that means Murad's kind of a chill coach. I could tell you probably have a sense of humor, right? You joke around a lot when you coach.
Yeah, I do sometimes.
Yeah, I could tell. I could tell. You're a funny coach. So I guess the question then, since we talked about Dagestan, um, obviously hearing your story, there were a lot of Sanda places. There's just a lot of martial arts. Why is martial arts such a big thing in Dagestan?
I think, as I said, it's a lot of the mentality of the people who live there, challenge, you know, competition, which is good, you know, and since childhood, we grow up like that, you know, so never give up, like, but it's keep pushing hard, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's just we have been invaded so many times from the different nations back in the history, and we always fight, and then I think this just create little deny on your system and just getting inherited. That's because that's why I think we have a good martial arts, not only in Pakistan, in the whole region,
Mm-hmm.
like a Caucasian region. You know, there's so many other countries, republics around this area, which is producing a lot of good fighters.
Mm-hmm.
But in Dagestan, we have like a top wrestle, top MMA, top Sanda fighters, top Muay Thai fighters. And the sports over there, it's really well working
I see.
with population.
Mm-hmm. So that means like there's a lot of other very competitive sports too in Dagestan. It's not just martial arts. If it's just that competitive spirit, like there's a lot.
Wrestling, boxing,
Mm-hmm.
we do have a taekwondo Olympic champions, and
Wow.
a lot of wrestling champions, and I mean, so many different sports.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Um, is there a big Dagestani community in Miami?
Not really,
Uh-huh.
not really, but they have a community, but not big.
Okay. So maybe we got to bring more Sanda Dagestanis to Miami then.
Yeah, to make a show is we make it happen. To bring
Yeah.
the best fighters
Yeah.
from
Exactly.
overseas.
Exactly. So, Santana, I guess we can let. Do we have any updates to give people for your promotion right now, or should we hold off on any updates?
oh, I mean, I'm looking at a venue right now. The dates I'm looking at is probably April 15th,
Okay.
maybe January 25th if I get lucky, but I got to discuss that with the sanctioned body and do a whole bunch of other stuff
Yeah.
first. But
Yeah.
most likely April 5th. April 5th, my bad.
I would assume that the sanctioning body in Florida is probably a little bit more chill than how it is in California, right?
We don't talk about California, okay? California sanctioned body make you pay to fight. And I'm like, what? I gotta pay to fight?
Uh-huh.
That makes no sense.
Uh-huh. So Florida's more chill about that.
Yeah, Florida's more chill about that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And how does the process usually work when you talk to the Florida sanctioning body? Is it like, okay, I go to an office, I talk to a few
Well,
people?
apparently I'm friends with one of the guys. He is the sanctioning body, so it's easier that way when you're friends with one of them already. You just, hey, let's talk. You're like, okay, yeah, I'll sanction your show. You just this is how much I want, and et cetera, et cetera. So
Uh, I see. I see. And then it's like basically you guys you tell them what rules you're gonna have,
correct.
how
You
you
tell
follow the
them,
code.
yeah.
Okay.
You tell them what you're gonna have. They like, okay, that's fine. Some of them already know the background because they've been around the business for so long. It's like, okay, yeah, I know what it is. This and the third, and they just talk.
I
The
see.
biggest thing is acquiring a venue. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because without a
And
venue, you can't
usually,
do a show. So
sorry, say that again.
without a venue, you cannot do a show.
Oh, that's why you got to secure the venue first. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I see. And then usually when you put on the show, or even before you put on the show, do they kind of might visit or like see evidence that you're following the rules? Or are they pretty chill about that? Like they trust you.
It's when it's a sanctioned body, they kind of watch over it, everything, make sure everything goes accordingly. You know what I mean? But
Uh-huh.
other than that, it's very chill. It's not so intense like California, where you're late by 5 minutes, they kick you, you're suspended. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like California charges you $75, and then you got to pay for your corner, man, $45. You're like, I just paid for a plane ticket, a hotel, and I got to pay for the fight. What?
Wow.
And then, obviously California has its own rules with what you can bring to eat. So it's just a whole different animal.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Florida, I think they're probably a little bit more chill about the food part.
We're like the 300. We don't give a, we're like the Spartans. We don't care.
Uh-huh. Just, get the rules agreed upon and then just have a good show, basically.
Correct. Correct. As
Wow.
long as it's everything is, goes by sanction, is agreed on.
I see. And obviously it's gonna be in Florida. Is it gonna be? I guess let's not reveal the location right now since you're still talking to the venue. But is it gonna be in a big city? I guess it's a great way to ask it.
Big city, not really. Probably Papa. Looking at Papa.
Oh, okay, all right. So
Because big
close to
city,
your
you
neck of the
kind
woods,
of,
basically.
I got to worry about other shows being for certain days. It's another type of headache.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's so much that goes into the planning of things. It's just like, okay, it's not just let's get a show, but it's like, how do I maximize the attendance, right? And
Correct,
stuff like
correct.
that.
It's like, see, you got to also start promoting and marketing months ahead of time.
Yeah,
Start talking about your show or talking to other gyms, like, hey, I have this coming up. Get people to know what's coming ahead months in advance. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. And do you think so? What do you think Murad's role is gonna be besides maybe bringing some fighters and stuff? Would he be a corner person too? Would he like what else could he do?
I would love for him to be a judge, man.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, Sanda judge. You know what I mean? Somebody's not gonna. It's like, that was bullshit. That's no good.
Uh
You know what I'm
huh.
saying?
And how does the judging process work in Sanda? I guess this is a perfect time to kind of get some of that information out.
That is a good question because I know it's what 5 points for takedowns, right?
Yeah, you get points for the body kick, 2 points, take down 1 point. If you stand up on your feet, you get 2 points. If you're kicking out from the
Kick them off the leg tie.
tie, 3 points.
Okay.
Mm,
It's just the international rules.
Okay.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. So like having people there that like immediately know, okay, this is worth this many points, this is worth this many points. Like you need people like that. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. You need judges that are going to be fair and realistic. You don't want somebody that doesn't have that background in sound and is just
Yeah.
going to judge it off like a kickboxing fight.
Yeah,
Oh, that
exactly.
was 10 points or hit. It makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And since, Santana, you're going to be so busy, it's like it's probably good you like take care of other stuff. Obviously, you can judge, but probably someone like Murad would be a better like get him as the judge because Santana will be like wearing a million hats.
I'll be happy. So I'll be running around the show trying to get
Yeah.
everything. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay, so I think that's exciting. I think Murad's potentially going to be a judge, if not more, in this venue. That's cool.
yeah, man. Gotta get Murad out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
crazy
No,
how they do for, and.
yeah. Do you have social media right now, Murad? I gotta follow you. Do you have Instagram or YouTube or anything?
I do have a YouTube, but I don't uh, like maintain it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe one day we'll get you uploading more footage. Maybe
Yeah,
the more you hang out with Santana, we'll get you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, dude. Definitely.
Yeah, the more footage we get out there, right? Unfortunately, I refuse to go on TikTok, but you guys will have to upload footage onto TikTok too of Sanda. Yeah, cool. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
Uh, that's about it. Just April 5th, be aware, the There's a Sanda promotion happening.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll have some Sanda fights and boxing fights on the card.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, so that's another update. That there will be boxing and Sanda.
Yeah. There's gonna be both.
Okay, that's good. Hopefully, some of the boxing people will try Sanda and realize, I'm just kidding. Don't try. If you're a boxer, don't try Sanda.
It's two sports that they don't put exposure on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's two sports out there that no one really. It's like people train it, but then they'll go do MMA because there's no competition for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. This is a good stopping point, and in the future, let's whenever Murad, when you're hanging out with Xavier Santana, let's like talk more if you're down. So you're always
Yes,
welcome.
absolutely. Thanks so much.
Puts
Yeah.
exposure on him and puts exposure on Dagesteni Sanda. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. And I do hope we'll get more footage too. We'll just if you ever want to send me footage too, Murad, feel free to. I can put it on YouTube so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
definitely,
Yeah.
bro, definitely. You know,
Yeah.
gotta get him
Exactly.
into fight shorts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It's the unfortunate game that we all have to play, right? Like yesterday, I was listening to the producer of the show the show slash the indie horror movie Creep, and they were even like the social media, like they don't even want to do it, and they're indie filmmakers, like they're the ones who broke out of the Hollywood thing, but
Yeah.
it's like they're even being left behind by where
Correct,
social media is now, right? But we all have to do it. That's why like I'm saying this for myself too. I got to remind myself we all have to do it.
Of course, no, I get you, brother. I get you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyways, guys, Xavier Santana and Murad, and we'll get them on many, many more times in the future. So, guys, more Sanda conversations to come.
Be aware, April 5th,
April
2025.
5th, 2025, exactly.